I've been teaching at Babcock for 3 years. I feel like I came here as not really knowing if teaching was going to be my path still. So you can design it however you want. You just have to be in agreement with your team members. It was really eye-opening, the adjustment. I realized how fun and rewarding it was to teach using PBL. PBL is a way of teaching, bringing the real world into the classroom. We are coming up with a problem and we're tackling it. Our students are still learning standards, they're still mastering things, but rather than being in a textbook all day long, we are bringing in community partners to educate us. We are writing letters, writing reports. Right now, our PBL is to remove the mulch on the playground. It's not accessible for people with disabilities. They've also come across that people are getting hurt from the mulch, which is really bothersome to them when they're playing. So their goal is to remove the mulch and replace it with something that is safer and more ADA compliant. Like any school, we have students who struggle and students who school isn't their favorite thing. So when they do come here and they are engaged in our PBL and they do learn and master these standards, it's so wonderful and rewarding to see that. It's a more rich experience for me as a teacher.
Okay, so you guys are going to be working on modeling your carbohydrates? Yeah. Okay, so make sure you guys are following the steps. PBL is completely different from traditional teaching. I know that's one of the things I struggled with the most when I joined Babcock Neighborhood Schools. Babcock is known for hiring the best of the best, so suddenly I had to work to be good again and to meet the caliber of other teachers that I'm working with. I was struggling with some mind shifts, but I was able to develop my own growth mindset and resilience, and that made all the world of difference. Standards-based grading was a big mind shift for me to make. I was used to the traditional, oh, you didn't turn it in, you get a 0. I can now get a whole piece of what my students know, not just an average where I have a student that maybe they got a 40% on a test, but because there were 3 different standards, I can actually point what standard my student needs more help with. In the traditional educational system, we have a lot of sit and get, we have a lot of drill and kill practices, teaching to tests, but at Babcock we're focusing on 21st century problems and we're talking about the 21st century skills. I currently have 2 students who are passionate about virtual reality. They're helping teachers so that they can support those teachers implementing that into their classroom.
As a teacher, I want to work in a place that I feel comfortable and I have friends, and my colleagues here have become my friends. Everyone is very kind and supportive of each other, and you can often hear a lot of laughter coming through the hallways from the teachers. And our administration is very supportive and respecting our decision making.
The culture at being at Babcock Neighborhood Schools is very much about growth and improvement. There's very supportive staff. Colleagues are very supportive. You are going to do things that are probably outside your comfort level at some point. My advice for a new teacher at Babcock is to give yourself grace, be willing to seek help, be willing to grow, and be willing to be flexible.